Oh man, if you are a Rangers fan like I am, your heart was exploding last night because we had another OT game between the Rangers and the Hurricanes, and this time it was the Breadman who got the game winner with an unreal tip. Orlov loses the puck along the boards. It pops out to Vinny Trocheck. Honestly, hero for the Rangers this postseason so far. He whips it on net, and Panarin gets the between-the-legs tip on it. It goes up, off the armpit of Kochetkov, off his blocker, and back off his body and into the net. Just an unbelievable amount of bounces on this one. Some Kawhi Leonard type quadruple bounce for the win tip-in. Just mind-bending. And for Breadman, that's now 4 goals in the playoffs so far, with all of them being game winners. And of course, Igor needs another shout out for his performance. After stopping 55 shots in game 2, he comes out and stands on his head with another 45 save game. This dude has hit his playoff level. I love it, and he's starting to remind me a bit of Hank, as they've now taken 7 straight playoff games, which is the first time the Rangers have done that since their cup year, 1994. A big year for Rangers fans. I was too. But we are getting way ahead of ourselves. The Rangers have had an unreal start to the playoffs. There's no doubt about that. But Washington was historically one of the worst teams to make the playoffs, and you've got to feel a little bit bad for Rod the Bod and the Canes here, because 2 bounces, and this is a 2-1 series for the Canes. Like, we've had a double OT and an OT. Game 1 was extremely close, and I'm going to say it, the series is not over. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rangers won this next game. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes 7 games with who knows. I don't want to talk about that. But the Canes find themselves in a very difficult hold. They've got to pull 4 out now against the Rangers. Not impossible, especially because at times the Canes have looked like the better team. I will say the massive shots I don't think truly reflect the nature of the game. I'm seeing Carolina get a lot of low danger chances. Kochetkov, he had a great game, I thought. The Rangers, especially in the third, got a couple breakaways, really high danger chances, and he stood strong. But this definitely reminds me, as a Rangers fan, a bit of the Rangers-Kings finals from 2014, except this time the Rangers are on the winning side, and it's just the second round, of course. Many times, Carolina has controlled play, though, and taken the lead into the second period, but the Rangers just steady themselves, stick to what they know, claw back, and win it without holding the lead for too long in either game, which is a lot different than their series against Washington. On penalties, though, through 3 games this series, the Rangers have taken 15 penalties against the Canes. They've had 5 power plays a game, and they haven't scored a single time. 0 for 15 for one of the best, I believe the best, power play team during the regular season. That's not helping, especially when the Rangers PP has been killing it. I read a pretty insane stat today. This is actually one of the most unusual and shocking statistics I've read of this postseason. The Rangers have taken 29 penalties this playoffs so far. They have been scored on twice and have scored 3 shorthanded goals. Also, the Oilers haven't taken a goal against on the penalty kill. That's kind of crazy. But as a Rangers fan, if there's one thing I might be worried about, it's the fact that their special teams could come down to earth. Thankfully, they've been good 5-on-5. Obviously, Igor's been very strong, but let's not plan the parade. That's all I'm saying. Also, last night we saw Rempe sit out. I question that. I don't think you change a winning lineup. Hedl came in. He's been injured since February. Honestly, he does add a lot of depth to the Rangers lineup. He was slotting in on the third line. It could be big. He's been a big playoff performer in years past. Also, did anyone think the ice looked really bad last night, especially in the corners? But what are your thoughts on this? Panarin's between the legs winner, the Rangers playoffs so far. Could the Cardiac Canes bring this to 7? Let us know down below.